ask? The answer, in one word, is maturity. Maturity is a compound of wisdom, goodwill, resilience, and creativity. The Puritans exemplified maturity. We don't. A much-traveled leader, a Native American, be it said, has declared that he finds North American Protestantism man-centered, manipulative, success-oriented, self-indulgent, and sentimental as it blatantly is, to be 3,000 miles wide and half an inch deep. We are spiritual dwarfs. The Puritans, by contrast, as a body, were giants. They were great souls serving a great God. In them, clear-headed passion and warm-hearted compassion combined. Visionary and practical, idealistic and realistic too, goal-oriented and methodical, they were great believers, great hopers, great doers, and great sufferers. But their sufferings on both sides of the ocean, in Old England from the authorities and in New England from the elements, seasoned and ripened them till they gained a stature that was nothing short of heroic. Ease and luxury, such as our affluence brings us today, do not make for maturity. Hardship and struggle do. And the Puritans' battles against the evangelical and climatic wildernesses in which God set them produced a virility of character, undaunted and unsinkable, rising above discouragement and fears, for which the true precedents and models are men like Moses and Nehemiah and Peter after Pentecost and the Apostle Paul. Spiritual warfare made the Puritans what they were. They accepted conflict as their calling, seeing themselves as their Lord's soldier pilgrims, just as in Bunyan's allegory, and not expecting to be able to advance a single step without opposition of one sort or another. Wrote John Geary in his tract The Character of an Old English Puritan or Nonconformist, 1646. His whole life he accounted a warfare, wherein Christ was his captain, his arms, prayers, and tears, the cross his banner, and his word, motto, Vincit qui patitur, he who suffers conquers. The Puritans lost more or less every public battle that they fought. Those who stayed in England did not change the Church of England as they hoped to do, nor did they revive more than a minority of its adherents. And eventually they were driven out of Anglicanism by calculated pressure on their consciences. Those who crossed the Atlantic failed to establish New Jerusalem in New England. For the first 50 years, their little colonies barely survived, hanging on by the skin of their teeth. But the moral and spiritual victories that the Puritans won by keeping sweet, peaceful, patient, obedient, and hopeful under sustained and seemingly intolerable pressures and frustrations give them a place of high honor in the Believer's Hall of Fame, where Hebrews chapter 11 is the first gallery. It was out of this constant furnace experience that their maturity was wrought and their wisdom concerning discipleship was refined. George Whitefield, the evangelist, wrote of them as follows: Ministers never write or preach so well as when under the cross. The Spirit of Christ and of glory then rests upon them. It was this, no doubt, that made the Puritans such burning and shining lights. When cast out by the Black Bartholomew Act, the 1662 Act of Uniformity, and driven from their respective charges to preach in barns and fields, in the highways and hedges, they, in an especial manner, wrote and preached as men having authority. Though dead, by their writings they yet speak. A peculiar unction attends them to this very hour. Those words come from a preface to a reprint of Bunyan's works that appeared in 1767. But the unction continues, the authority is still felt, and the ripe wisdom remains breathtaking, as all modern Puritan readers soon discover for themselves. Through the legacy of this literature,